Welcome, everybody, to Intensity Broadcasting with the iRacing Oval Arca Pro Series. My name is Joe Wright. Today I'm joined by my brother, D. Wright, and we're in the house here at The Rock, about to do some racing with the iRacing Arca Oval Pro Series, July 5th, 4th of July weekend. How was your weekend, Dave?
It was good, man. It's always good to celebrate freedom in the freest country on the planet, so it was good.
For sure. It was a great time. We got some Canadian brothers in the house tonight. I hope their weekend was good as well. Not quite as good as ours, but, you know, we helped them get their freedom too. Logan Hagerman, speaking of Canadians, on top of the board here with the first spot, moving himself into the top spot in the standings, Dave. And Derek Chaput, his brethren from that Canadian country as well. What do you think about that?
Yeah, two Canadians up top. Obviously, good starts to the season so far for both of them. Obviously, everybody within that top 5 has had really strong starts and really in the top 10. So, exciting race tonight. We move into The Rock, one of my favorites personally. I really like this track. One of the 2 wins I got in the iOS Sterling Sim series this year in the Arca cars. So a lot of grooves you can run here. Should be some really exciting action. Obviously there'll be some cautions, as we've seen, in anybody that's followed this series, but should be some really good action tonight and some really exciting racing.
Yep, some guys to watch. Isaiah Gill, a 2-time winner Watch out for Brett Murrell. He's creeping himself into that points battle as well. Also keep an eye on Todd Mays and Bobby Mays, some of the Mays brothers and family. Those guys up there as well. And yeah, man, this would be anybody's race. It's a tough track, right, Dave?
Yeah, it's definitely a tough track. It's like a mini Daytona almost. Is similar with some of the bankings, but obviously not as big of a track, so nowhere near that speed that you get. Like I said, multiple grooves really in the corners. You can kind of switch around. You will see a lot of cutovers, some slide jobs going on. I think it'll be really exciting stuff.
So currently we got Stephen Black on top of the board with Isaiah Gill in second and Hagerman in third. Kyle Mays in fourth, and Tyler Aspinall finding himself with the fifth fastest speed right now here in practice. About 2 minutes or so remaining on that. As we look right now at Isaiah Gill, two-time winner this season, making some laps in the Octane Gang car. That's a cool-looking car.
Yeah, it is, man. Couple of different paint schemes out there than what people were running normally. Definitely a switch up from IG, as he was usually running that teal and blue scheme, and or running the pink speed scheme.
Look at Zachary Cox rocking the Cartoon Network car in the 51 machine. He looks like he's getting off the corners pretty well. He finds himself in that 9th position. Tony Richardson rocking that Kiss car. It's a cool looking car too. I like the chrome around the 18. About 1 minute left here in practice. These guys will do some qualifying. I know they've, in the past, a couple of them have been open, a couple of them closed, but 2 laps or so, they'll get it around. Dave, you said something about the Highline being the fast way around here, huh?
It's not the fastest way around, but you can definitely get around that way. So it is by no mean, a loss as far as speed. So I think it switches in both corners too. So the Highline tends to be a little bit faster coming out of 3 and 4, and you can get a run down that front stretch towards the line. But then, going into 1, you'll see a lot of them are diving down low.
And I got the chat going as well. If you're watching this race and you're interested or want to know some things or rooting for somebody, shout him out. Let us know. Me and Dave will try to shout it out in the broadcast for you, or even talk back to you under cautions as well. So that's 75 machine creeping into the picture of Stony Benfield as well there behind Isaiah. Isaiah better watch out. Oh, 51 of Zachary Cox hard into the wall there at the end of practice. Practice is complete. We're going to roll into qualifying. Dave, who do you think is going to take that top spot?
Well, as we look back at that leaderboard, I think any of the ones that have a win here, or a win in the series, Kyle, Isaiah, Logan, all of them will be, up there in the top, I think, running for the pole position here. So we'll see.
The 99 machine, the Pelican snowball ride of Dylan Redding. Haven't seen him out here in a while. He hasn't been running this series, right, Dave?
He has not. It looks like he's just coming in for a spot start. He may have started 1 or 2 other races just to pop in, but no, he's not in the series. Looks like he's just popping in to run the Rock. Probably a Rock fanboy like myself. So we'll see how he does tonight. Hopefully he doesn't go out there and ruin everybody's race. That's not really up Dylan's style anyway, so he should be all right.
Yeah. Dylan's a decent driver. Finds himself currently on top of the board just over Michael Proval. Man, I learned an interesting fact about Michael Proval tonight, and man, it makes me have a little bit more respect for him. Tyler Aspinall now to the top of the board in that good wrench looking machine. Wrong number, but nice car. Tyler finishes second lap. Does not improve. Devin Bacino, who we know has been fast throughout the season, And even in the Cup Series, I think it's a Cup Series, where we've seen him do some pretty good stuff as well. See what he can do here. He's currently your top of the board guy. Jumps the line on his second lap. Does not improve on his second lap, so it looks like that first lap is the go lap, Dave.
Yeah.
Nick Mather, 24-21. Like he might have slapped the wall a little bit. All right, here comes the man, Stephen Black, top of the board in practice. What can he do here in qualifying?
If anybody can get near Rusty Wallace's track record of 23.167. Doesn't look like anybody's down in that area yet, but I wouldn't put it past Steven or Isaiah.
Steven right up against that wall. That's where he needs to be. Hitting it perfect there. Off the corner. And you can hear how fast he's back to the throttle as it comes off of 3 and 4. Little loose off, but right down to the apron. 23.54. That's going to be his time. On board with Tony Richardson. My bad. If he can do any better. I don't know if you guys noticed, but during that in-car stint there, that track is bumpy.
Yeah, I think they put a fresh weed whack on it before we got here on Monday night. So, as we know, the rock is abandoned. So it's tough to recreate the old atmosphere.
Tony Richardson across the line for his first go lap. That's going to put him in P3, I think. No, I'm sorry. Take that back. Yeah. P6. Brandon Richardson, P3. There's your ride, Dave.
Beautiful machine. Looks like Brett finally came around. He's been running a bunch of different Hendrix rides and schemes. Finally realizes where the talent is. So that's good to see some conversions. May have a new favorite in the booth for tonight, too.
Brett Merle a little bit slow on his first lap, P15. See what he can do here coming through for a second. Logan Hagerman. Check out the Logan and Cody show. Dave and I will be on there next week. But this week's special episode 6, got Grandma Hagerman on the episode. Go check that out. Check it out on YouTube. Logan and Cody show. Hagerman up to P8. Brian Merle Jr. in the coveted Batman machine. See what he can do. Ooh, he pushed way up the hill in 1 and 2. That ain't gonna work. He is all over the wheel there, Dave.
Yeah, it can be a struggle. As we know, the Arca cars anyway are a handful. So, especially here on the first couple laps, they'll get a little bit loose till the tires get hot and start to wear in. And tire wear is another thing we haven't really talked about yet, Joe. But the race, what is it tonight? 100 laps? How many laps are we running? I think tire wear is going to be a major issue, obviously, as we move along. I don't know that this will be eye-pacing as we've seen at some of the shorter tracks. So.
Earl Jr. up to P13. Nobody else on track yet. Gill has not the lap on pit road.
And it looks like it's 60 laps tonight, Joe. So,
yeah, maybe one good pit stop if they go green. And we're on board now with Isaiah Gill as he sets his sights on a diamond down off the corner here to get some run down the front stretch for his first lap. Oh, that's not going to work. I have to go reset on that account. Try it again there, Isaiah Gill. He will only have one lap at it now, though. Much better through 1 and 2 there than he was in the last one. Last time he was in the wall. See what he can do here through 3 and 4. Back to the throttle nice and early. You can really see the looseness of that car. It almost wanted to go around. He's on the apron like Stephen Black. And that's going to get him a good enough for P2. What he wanted, at least P2. Stephen Black will take the pole.
well, no real surprises up front so far. So, a couple of usual suspects.
Jackson
Looks like
Qualley
we
is
got,
about to roll.
yeah, Jackson rolling off. See if he can make a dent in this. Only one extra set behind the wall for the race, Joe. So, we'll see if we remain fairly green for a while. That could come into play.
And Jackson's going to run out of time, Dave. Not going to get an opportunity to see what he can do. All right, on that note, let's take you through the field. Starting on the pole, we got Stephen Black and that Southern Nutrition weight loss machine. In P2, we got Isaiah Gill. P3 is going to see Devin Buccino. Outside of him will be Brandon Richardson.
Rolling off P5 in the third row, Tyler Aspinall, alongside Tony Richardson in the 18 Kiss machine. And then we roll down to the fourth row, which would be Dylan Dumford in the 94 machine, outside Kyle Mays in that DraftKings 55 machine.
Our points leader, Logan Hagerman, is going to roll off P9, while Todd Mays will start on his outside in the Land Shark. Ranger Boats of Bobby Mays, P11, and Zachary Cox in that Scooby-Doo machine, Art 2 Network.
P13, we got Cheeburger rolling off in the 47 machine. Outside, Brian Merle Jr. and Junior Nation rolling off 14th. As we roll back to the 15th spot, it's Alex Marinelli alongside Mick Olafson in that 77 machine.
In that ugly M&M's paint job, we got that Brett Merle guy, and then Stoney Benfield will be on his outside starting P18. Dylan Redding back in action here in the 99 machine, rolling off P19, and Michael Provault in the Fortuna Iron machine, P20.
Nick Mather in the 16 Poutine machine, all rhyming, going off 21st. Mark Shavers going off 22nd alongside him. And then we'll have Brandon White, 23rd, to round it out. Looks like Sylvan Seguin in Jackson Qualley rolling out the back.
All right, about to get rolling here. They'll do, I think, 2 laps here at the Rock. Pretty sure, I'm not positive about that, but I think they'll do 2 laps. And then we'll see that green flag action. "60 laps, 1 set of tires, 65% fuel." iRacing Arca Pro Series. Be a good race. It is going to be a good race. Those 2 guys up front, watch them battle, Dave. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, hopefully, and they've been respectful all season so far. So, very good battles for the most part. We'll see how it turns out tonight.
Pace car dips in. Stephen Black. Isaiah Gill. They're off. Gill not getting a good restart here as Buccino gets to his inside.
We already got him around. A beautiful M&M's machine already dinged up.
Yellow flag is out.
Maze as well.
We'll just jump straight to it. Like they were 3 wide into 1. That's not going to work. Oh, the Maze brother in front there. See what the 25's doing. See what happens with him. Oh, Zachary Cox. Looks like everybody was a little hard on the brake in there. I don't know if that was 55 or what there, but man.
Yeah, it starts with the 18, into the 55, into the 25, and Zach just forgot about his second pedal.
Look back behind that, and you see Brett Merle, Dylan Redding getting into each other. Oh, and then Kyle Mays getting smacked on that high side. I wonder who he got smacked by. Dave, what do you think? I'm sorry, Todd Mays in 25. Zachary dumps him. Looks like he kind of gathers it up. He's going to go back up the track. Oh, yeah, right in front of... Who is that?
That was Mick Olafson, I think. And
yep,
I believe
it was
it's
Mick. Yep.
Yeah.
Like that ride, though.
Yeah, it is. And that'll throw it back on the X-side joint. It's our boy Jeffrey. Tough luck for some of those guys in the back. Did confirm Zach did get the EOL for that, so you'll see him drop to the back. I'm sure that's going to come with a ladder point as well. Some tempers flaring a little bit on the radios, but we'll rack them. We'll stack them. We'll get back to it. A couple guys are going to have to use their fast repairs. Mick may be one of them.
Mick's going to go a lap down here,
maybe
too.
one of them as well. So we'll see here.
So Mick will go a lap down. We got a couple other guys. Some had to tow, I think. Or maybe not. Like everybody else was able to stay out in front of the pace car. Mick, your only guy about to go a lap down here. Guess technically, if they come back around, it'll be 2 laps down. He's currently 1. Lights on the pace car still on. So we'll have at least one more lap here before we go green. Cassie Willem says, "Let's go Mather." Cassie is forever rooting on Mather. You watch every night, huh, Cassie? Zachary Cox trying to catch up to the back of the field here.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't have to use a fast repair. It didn't look like he got too binged up, just some nose job there. So don't know how much of that optional he had, but car looks in decent shape.
That 75 of Sony Benfield's got some left front damage. Not very much, but enough. Back to the front. Pace car is going to take a hard left, and then we're going to see Stephen Black take this green flag. Stephen Black choosing the inside line. Interesting choice. Isaiah Gill a little bit better there. He's going to be able to get down in front of Buccino. Then moves back up. Buccino not with a line.
That's the 019 down in the apron, but comes around. And then Mick Olafson around again. We got another yellow, Joe. It looks like the KISS car is involved, I believe. Some impatience early.
Michael White, Dave, going for a little ride here.
Yeah, we've seen him on. I was saying we've seen him on the apron earlier. It looks like
Brandon White, I'm sorry.
Yeah, checked up a little
Brandon
bit.
White, a little checkup. Sylvan Seguin dumps him into the corner. He hangs on to it really well.
It was a good save. I don't think that brought out the yellow, Joe.
No, I think the guys behind him did. Right there. That brought it out. I don't know what happened with the 18, though, Dave.
I don't either.
He's
already under power up there.
Yeah, it's Tony Richardson. Oh, he gets dumped by Merle Jr. into the inside wall.
Go back to that. Did he just lose it? I don't know that he got dumped.
I think he got a little help. And you can see that ding. It might have been a little net code, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's net code, man. Yeah. Doesn't, I mean, but yeah, it does crunkle there.
Bar chase.
So after no EOLs coming from race control. 3 separate incidents. They couldn't really determine what brought the yellow out. I think it was the last one, Joe. Taking a look at it from our stuff. So I don't think it was the junior one or the white one. But we'll race on. We'll re-rack them. Hopefully some patience persists here and we don't start to breathe these cautions. And we get out of our system early here. How many laps have we completed? Are we 5, 7 in? How many?
I think
9?
7. Yeah, nine laps in. Working lap 9, about to be 10. Coralie Mather says, "Let's go, Nick Mather." Man, Mather got all the fans every week. Coralie and Cassie both. Must be like Mather Shore at the Willem and Mather house. Got popcorn. Everybody's got their Pauly D hair. All right. The first one, Stephen Black got him. Second one, Gil was able to hold that second position pretty well. Think he's going to be able to race him this time, Dave?
Yeah, I think so. What's interesting too is the guys behind him switch spots. We've seen IG jump down on Buccino a little bit on the last one and pinch him a scotch to take away that line. We'll see what the 45 does here as well. So I think that's really where we look at it. I mean, I think, Steven's going to get his and get away. So it's very tough to match it up if you're not the leader.
Yeah, it's all about anticipation here. Being able to know when that guy's going to do it. Left he goes. Gil with a little bit of a lead there. Don't want to get too far in front of him. He was trying. Another little pinch down with the 45. It's not going to work. The 45 is going to have a run here through the middle of the corner.
Yep, that's exactly what I was talking about. So that's where the real race is. We'll see how that one pans out here.
And Isaiah's going to clear the 45 of Tyler Espinal into the corner. Yellow is out again. Time Cheeseburger's caught up. I'm not sure if that was the beginning of it or not. We'll look at it.
Yeah, I was stuck on the front race there, but...
All right, lots to digest here as well. You're going to see here as well, in front of them. See what happens with Brett here.
Oh.
Dylan a little hot into the Brett.
We've seen that 3 times already within 10 laps with 3 different drivers, right? Yep. So,
and then behind them, Cheeseburger off the corner, little side, gets caught up. Sylvan Siegman comes down a little into the wall. Sylvan down into Zachary Cox, him hard into the outside wall.
And all 3 of those guys have been involved in an accident already before this one, too. That one just looked like rubbing going down the backstretch. These cars don't like bumping really at all. If you can, it's on the doors. But you've seen Sill or Cheeseburger cleared a little bit there. And once that offset happens, it's damage time.
All right. Precautions. What are we, lap 12?
Yeah,
13,
not what
14?
I expected, Joe. To be honest, I thought we were going to be able to race. And I mean, you see it up front. There's some racing going on. So
I think they're going to settle in now, Dave. I think they've seen what they got to do. Maybe a little earlier lifting, maybe some paying attention to what's in front of you. Everybody's running kind of a different line, different lifting points, so just getting used to each other, yep. I think.
And some of that's a product of only one extra set too, right? So got to get at least through 30 laps on one set, which doesn't seem to be a problem tonight with the cautions. But you'll see, on entry, some people are lifting, some people are trail braking, some people are, driving it in there way hard, and pedaling off at midway through the corner. So we talk about it kind of weekly after resets and not being around each other and wondering, how that those other competitors are going to restart and how they're running their lines. So
we're going to jump on board here real quick with Jackson quality as we watch him, Cheeseburger there in front of him, get into Sylvan. Let's see what Jackson does. Tough break for Jackson as he made it through that mostly.
Yeah.
And then once Zachary Cox came flying across there, contact avoidance, ends up in contact with somebody else. Just part of the deal. All right, back to the front. Stephen Black's going to choose the inside line, it looks like, again. Isaiah Gill the outside. Why not? It's worked the first 4 times.
No EOLs there from Race Control either. Race and Deal with the door banging on the backstretch. So we'll rack them, we'll stack them, and let's see what happens here. Again, see if that 45, that's really where the race is going to be, I think. As we know, Steven should get out in front of IG here and beat him into one.
And as stated previously, I think that's a good call by Race Control. No UL there. It's, race and deal. Hard racing, things happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
All right, here we go. Can Isaiah Gill anticipate? This time he's a little bit better. He's going to be able to get down in front of that 45 with ease if he wants. Pacino now to the inside of Aspinall. That's a good race on track.
Logan and Bobby Mays battling a little bit back behind them as well.
Oh, almost some contact there between the 66 and the 45. Real close racing for third spot. And double wide behind them as well. We can watch that. Brandon Richardson and Dylan Dunford. Dunford on the apron. Hagerman's had to lift big time there because 94 had to check out. Back to Pacino and Aspinall. Pacino still to the inside. He's going to clear Aspinall.
16 and the 22 get into it. It looks in 1 and 2, I think there, Joe. 55's collected as well. Got a couple of green flag laps in. Some good racing up front.
All right, so for the Mather fans, I think Nick might have been caught up in a little something. Let's see what happened here.
Gasly and Coralie will not be happy.
Oh, a little wiggle there out of the 22.
Yeah.
That's Alex Marinelli. As he enters the corner, it looks like he might have either jumped on the brake or maybe hit a bump that just shot him up the track, Dave. And Mather nowhere to go. Kyle Mays in the 55 is going to collect Brett Merle. What happened with
M&M,
Nick?
that M&M's machine's having D-Right Season 2 M&M luck.
Nick Olofsson. Oh, barely.
I got no words for that. We'll save that for Wrecking with Rights.
All right. Working lap 20 of 60.
A third of the way through. Fourth caution. Do we keep it under 10 for the race, Joe?
Man, I sure hope so. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Looks like Marinelli and Olofsson got it going the right way quick enough. They'll be able to get that lap back. They won't go a lap down. Don't look too damaged either. If you're watching the broadcast and you want to shout us out, let me know. We got you. Shout out to Race Control tonight. It's going to be busy. That's what Cassie says. Alan Wernicke. Nobody unloaded any respect these first laps. I agree with you, Alan. And, man, it's been a tough go of it for most of these guys so far. Another shout out to the Logan and Cody show. If you haven't listened to those guys, they got 6 episodes now. The most recent one, it's going to have Grandma Hagerman on it, which I'm pretty stoked to listen to. They just dropped it about an hour and a half ago or so. Go ahead and check that out. That's pretty cool stuff.
Absolutely shattering records on YouTube as well. So congratulations to those guys.
The word on the street is Logan asks about Grandpa Eddie. So that alone, that question, worth my time.
Yeah, this might be a record breaker.
And me and Dave won't have a segment this week on the Logan and Cody show, but we will next week. Be wrecking with the rights again. And all the wrecks from this week's race, we'll go through some of them. And we'll agree to disagree on some of them. And simply hate each other for what they think on the others. So check it out.
Yeah. Race Control, another racing deal. So Race Control is very
lenient tonight.
Very lenient and liberal tonight. So everything's a racing deal.
I'm with Alan, though. Nobody unloaded with respect for each other tonight. They're just trying to run each other over.
No. I got questions for Dylan, though, on Speedway racing, if these are racing deals.
Stephen Black out to the front. Buccino looking like he's got some speed for these guys at the front. A little bit of the apron there, a little wobble. That 45 of Tyler Aspinall is going to work that outside line. Ooh, Gill working it now. Go on board real quick with Isaiah Gills. He's all over the back bumper of Stephen Black.
Just as you do that, the alien jumps into his spaceship and takes off.
Right. Gill able to close the gap just a little bit there, but Stephen Black must have just had a little wobble and let Gill really run up on him there. Because like you said, he's starting to open that gap up now. That's one of the cool things about the Rock. Any little mistake like that can cost you. Some tighter racing back here. Logan Hagerman and Dylan Redding. Ooh, almost 3 wide. Kyle Mays looking through the middle. Pro Vault and Cheeseburger. Nothing doing there. Pro Vault's going to let him slide by on the inside. Kyle Mays on a rail right now as he starts to look under Cheeseburger as well.
Yeah, he's caught up in a couple wrecks and looking to get himself back into that top 10 where he had started. So, like we said, he's already won one in the season, and he wants to get back within the thick of things.
So Tyler Aspinall kind of under fire now from the 94 and the 7. He's starting to fall off a little bit. Maybe he used his stuff up a little bit too early there. Hey, Dave?
Yeah, we're the most extended green flag run we've had right now. We're getting to halfway. I think most of it's been run under caution, but tires will start to take a toll here. While I don't know that gas mileage is really going to send some of these guys to the pits, we will see some pit strategy on tires.
Dylan Redding, Brian Merle Jr. Dylan must have had a little hiccup there as we watch Jr. go by him. Kyle Mays was able to clear. He's now looking underneath the 4 Mark Shavers as he's working his way back through the field.
Yeah, P14 now.
Started P8 up to P13. He follows Jackson Qualley. Jackson and Brett Merle right in front of them getting in some tight racing. Brett has some right front damage, it looks like, there too, Dave.
Yep.
Stephen Black now with over a second lead as he comes up on his first lap traffic. Sylvan Seguin got a little flag hanging off the back of him. You watch Gill go by him as well. Oh, Sylvan into the wall in front of the third place guy, Devin Buccino. Devin's going to get around, though. Man, that could have been bad.
Yeah.
Tight racing here from Bobby Mays, Logan Hagerman. Is they going to have to get by? They used Sylvan as a pick there.
Shavers down on the apron as well, almost losing it.
Caution is out.
That M&M's machine again. Well, I tell you, man, that thing is a magnet. See, not even his fault. It's just they don't like the paint scheme, bro. Don't get it.
No contact. But that's going to be an EOL. If they call that one a racing deal, I'm quitting.
You know, that's Brubbins racing on the backstretch. Some really good racing there, though, in all seriousness, on the green flag run. Seems like these guys have settled down a bit, some respect there. We talked about Kyle moving his way back up through the field a bit impatiently and gaining spots, doing well, but like you said, this may end up in an EOL where he's headed back again.
And Isaiah Gill to pit road. Let's see what he does here tires-wise, Dave.
Yep. He hasn't had the best pit strategy this season with Arca, blown a couple races while pitting either in the lead or near it. So why not roll the dice, I guess?
He's going with all four. Right side goes up. It comes down. Left side up. And actually, all those top runners there are all doing it. Buccino, Richardson, all of them. Aspinall. They're trying to pull a little wool over there, Stephen Black's eyes. Stephen Black hanging on to it. Dylan Dunford not hitting pit road. Bobby Mays, Jackson Qualley, and Kyle Mays, who will probably get an EOL for that last one, I think, right, Dave? Todd Mays.
Still waiting that.
Mark Shavers, Nick Mather up to P8. Mick Olofsson in 9th. And the 10th spot sees Tony Richardson after Isaiah Gill and the rest of these guys hitting pit road. The danger of going for tires at this point in the race, Dave, what is it? What do you think? I know what I think. What do you think?
Well, the danger is obviously more cautions, right? So if there's more cautions, Steven's going to just pit later, get fresher tires, and be on freshers when they end. If we end up going, majority green here, Steven's going to be the odd man out. It works out.
It looks like Kyle Mays did pull to the inside there. It looks like he will be getting the EOL.
Yep, confirmed from race control. EOL given to the 55. So, again, halfway through, start that track over again. Seemed pretty successful for the most part on the first time. So we'll see what happens.
Wonder if he took new tread earlier by accident, though, Dave. Because he was so much faster than the rest of those guys.
Yeah, it could have been. I don't know that that's the case. I mean, he was a top runner, in qualifying. He was up there, so could have just been fast.
All right. They've racked them back up. Lights on the pace car are off. We're on the backstretch. 2, 3, and 4 will go, and we're going to get the green flag here. A little bit different at the front. Even Black by himself from the competitors he was currently with. You see Dylan Dunford on his outside and Bobby Mays right behind him. Jackson Qualley just back there in P4. 23 positions Jackson's made up since the start of the race. The 5 of Bobby Mays is going to get to the inside here. He's going to clear the 94. Jackson Qualley's going to look to follow him through.
Oh, we're wrecking 3 wide going into 1 again. Nick Olafson in the 18 of Richardson collected. Logan Hagerman's involved. Dylan Redding's involved.
So that was the danger I was alluding to. Was moving yourself to the back of the field where all this stuff has happened so far can be a tough task. I think Mick goes around, or does he get some help? Yeah, 3 wide into 1's not really.
Yeah, wild move by Pacino there.
Yeah, I mean, he has the run. Why not, though, right?
Yeah.
But
hold the line, and he does too. So
he holds his line, but you know who doesn't? Is the 18 machine just comes up the hill.
yeah, is there any contact there?
Oh yeah.
No, I mean between the 68 and the 18.
Nope, he just moves up the hill.
Yeah, just can't hold the line.
Tough place to hold it 3 wide. Mick.
It definitely is. I mean,
it gets turned in front of the 18. The 18. Dylan Redding getting involved there. Said Logan was also involved.
Yeah, he gets caught right here. Isaiah sneaked by it in just in front of that, so he steered clear and is clean. Doesn't look like Steven has come into the pits either yet. So
I mean, would you, after all the things that have happened at the back?
yeah, and we've seen a couple of decently green flag runs. One of these guys with better tires gets up there. They could spell trouble.
Currently, Gill still has 7 more positions to go before he can even think about battling with Stephen Black. But like you said, could be an issue if it goes green.
Yep, the 68 pitted as well. So he's on news. 45's on news.
We're down to 20 to go. When we go green here, it'll probably be about 18 to go. So Stephen Black has actually, in my opinion, made his bed, Dave. If he doesn't pit here, even if he pit later on, I mean, he'd have his work cut out for him getting back to the front.
Seen some runs. We have seen some runs, but yeah. And we also know he's, very good at tire conservation, so he may have a lot left.
All right. Bobby Mays on the outside. Dylan Dunford in P3. Jackson Qualley P4. And don't count out that number 25 either. Todd Mays finding his way into that top 5 now, too.
Yep.
He showed some strength early on. We'll see what he can do here.
Joe, who got the EOL there? Take a guess.
I mean, it should have been the 18.
Racing deal.
So. I mean, it was a racing deal. But, I guess. Yep. Moving on. Stephen Black. Green flag. The 94 gets a good jump this time over Bobby Mays. Dylan Dunford to the inside. Will he have anything for Stephen Black? That's the question, though. Hill already up to P6, Dave.
Yeah, on the move. There's some good side-by-side racing back there, too, between 29 and 16.
He's underneath the 4 now. He's clear of the 4. That's going to move him into P5. He ran that turn really deep. Tyler Aspinall now to the inside. Oh, Cheeseburger loose behind him. Oh, I hear some crashing.
Oh, we got another one. 29. Oh, hard. Pro vault into him.
I'm gonna roll this one back pretty far because this starts kind of, I think, off the corner with Cheeseburger getting loose. Maybe some checking up.
Off the apron there a little bit.
Yeah, a little check up there. He's trying to stay off of people. Comes up the track in front of Brett.
That M&M's car is a magnet. He's been involved in 4 wrecks tonight. None of it is his fault. At least 4.
I don't know what happens in front of them, though. What happens after that? Oh, 75 and Logan. I don't think he knew Logan was even there.
Another accident in front of that, too. That's totally separate.
I don't even know if the 75 knows that he's there. Oh yeah, the 29 and Aspinall, but man, that's crazy. Alex Marinelli. Go on with Logan here. See what Logan sees from his cockpit as he watches Cheeseburger get loose off.
Oh.
Yeah, the 75 just comes out of nowhere. I don't think he knew that Logan was there. 75 even. Tony Benfield.
Yeah, he never sees him.
Yeah, so, I mean, even if you watch his mirror here. He sees that, and he's going to enter the corner. Not knowing Logan's there at all.
Yeah, ever.
Yep. So that is what I'd call a racing deal. Because, like, I mean, you're in the car and you don't know he's there. It's tough. Unless you have a really good live man spotter. But iRacing spotter is definitely not telling you that that guy's there. It's not in time.
So I think definitely going to see some fast repairs after that. I mean, we're lap 47 to 60.
We sure got some good footage for the Records Rewind, though. Or the Wrecking with Rights. Are you recording this whole thing? Better be.
Steven, to your point, is made his bed. It looks like he is staying out. So
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to, right? Like, you at this point, you're just counting on Isaiah not being able to get by those 2 guys in enough laps to make anything happen.
yeah, we'll see. It's
Got 13 to go. We'll be going green here with 12 to go. So he's going to make short work of those 2 guys. I think the question will be, is Steven have enough to hold Gil off?
find out. The EOL goes to Cheeseburger there on the last incident. So see what's going on here on the restart. Like you said, about 11 to go when we hit the flag here. See if anybody's got anything for the 98.
Even Black
Big
got him
jump.
again.
Yeah, big jump. Watch that 68 too, Joe. He's on freshies as well, him and the 2, as well as the 45, I believe.
Gill cleared into third. 11 to go. He's just rolling the corner so much easier than these guys on old tires, Dave.
Yep.
He may have to go outside to get around the 94.
There it is.
Center 1 and 2 on the low side. Right past him.
And the battle is on.
Gap is reducing fast. 0.3 seconds back. And you can just see the tire difference there, D.
Yep. Oh, we got a caution. 94 is around. No caution.
No
Looks
caution.
like he saves it underneath the apron. No caution. Come out. Look at this battle for the lead.
Oh, no! Aspinall right there, too. He's on fresh tires as well, Dave.
Yep, we talked about that. So, see how that turns out here. He's definitely in the mix. And it looks like we're coming up on some lap traffic from Dunford, who got
Gill
back
to
on
the
track.
outside. Is he going to do anything with it? Nope, nothing there.
Six to go as we hit the stripe here, so full on battle.
Oh!
Oh!
No, he
High
didn't!
drama! High drama!
That's going to change the race, D-Right.
Wow.
Like, completely, because, well,
What will be interesting here is we've had multiple decisions tonight, Joe, of people checking up in the corner and people getting into the back end have called racing deals. So this will be very interesting on what the call is here. Obviously, we have guys on different tire strategies. Steven is not happy with that, clearly. Isaiah should have understood that, the racer that he is, and we get that as well. So maybe we can get an on-car or an in-car from Isaiah here.
I want to see the in-car from Stephen Black. I want to see. I want to hear what he does in the entry of this corner, because that speed difference was so drastic there versus what had happened every lap before that. Hit the apron, happens here. Oh, he slowed way down. I mean, you could tell the difference in
Just got tight and sliding up the track, or
I don't know.
checking.
I mean, like, Isaiah's out of the throttle. I mean, he was out of the throttle halfway down the front stretch, Dave.
They are giving Isaiah the EOL here.
Wow.
So
Interesting. Interesting choice by race control, given the, like you said, the inconsistency.
yeah.
But that gives the chance to Bobby Mays and even our points leader, Logan Hagerman, after having a heck of a night, finds himself on Freshies in second place. Because that took out Aspinall too, Dave.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for those top three. Again, we talked about it at the top of the broadcast. There's been a lot of respect given between those guys. I don't think that this was a show of disrespect by any stretch of the imagination. We did see Isaiah hit the chat up with a blocking comment, but you know, we looked at the replay and it looks like Steven's way up, well out of the gas. He's on 56 lap old tires.
I think Isaiah's talking about the earlier incident when he blocked him into the apron and then continued to block him and it made him run up into the wall.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't think that. Again, I don't think that that was on that incident. Right. That
Yeah.
wasn't much of a block. That was just, in his line and way slow.
That type of thing really tests the system that iOS implements, right? Because it is, as much as we want to call it a racing deal, it's not like um Gill's going in there recklessly to wreck him, right? He's racing him. He's not trying to hit him.
Yeah.
So it really
as the infamous KFB would say, "Show me the data." Right.
right. But we're not going to speculate on whether or not that was right or wrong. We know that the racing officials have made a call, and and now we have 3 laps to go to decide a winner, and it's not going to be any of the guys we thought. Jackson Qualley in a prime position as well. Keep an eye on him. He's been known to pull stuff off with 3 laps to go in the past. We'll see what he can do here. Logan Hagerman's going to be tough on that outside. And it looks like the Maze boys were talking to each other. Bobby and the 25 of Todd, they got it going. But like you said, that outside line can really hold its own. Is Logan Hagerman around the outside? What can he do with it?
Yeah, he was sliding the back end there as he got onto the backstretch, but huge run, clears him, and sets his eyes on the other half of Maze.
White flag is out. Final lap, Dave. Logan to the inside.
Look at this.
And they're wrecking behind him. Big wrecking.
It's a race to the line. Like I told you, the high line can get a run out of here. We'll see what Bobby has.
That ain't going to happen today. Actually,
Nothing on
Todd
the
might have
tire.
something for him for second, but nope. Logan Hagerman's going to take the win. And that's going to lock him in, Dave. Not only does he have the points lead, he just won himself a race.
Whoop, whoop.
Logan Hagerman, your iRacing Arca Pro Series Rock winner. He burns it down on the front stretch for the fans. Bobby Mays comes home second. Todd Mays going to find himself in third. Brian Myrtle Jr. with a top 5 coming home fourth. And Devin Bacino fifth.
Yeah, Junior Nation will be happy about that. Like we talked about, a mix-up there with about 3 or 4 left to go. And sets the stage and opens opportunities for a couple of guys up front there. Logan cashes in with the win.
And for the Mather fans, he's going to come home with a P7. So congrats to him. Finding himself in the top 10. Dave Swift said, I'll be back soon to iRacing. Come on, David, we're waiting for you. All right. Moving on, D. Wright.
Yeah, at Tyler Aspinall, finishing 8th. Brett Merle finishing 9th. Stephen Black still finishes with a top 10 run after getting dumped there with a couple laps left. So that rounds out your top 10. Isaiah Gill dropped back to 21st. Looks like left the session after that 5 laps down. So
Yeah, so once we get the Mathers in the booth here, we'll pull them in.
Maze, bud, Maze.
I'm sorry, the Maze boys. My bad. I don't know. Doesn't look like they're in here. Let's pull Logan in while we have a chance. All right, Logan, it's Joe and Dave in the booth. You got us?
Got you guys.
Man, did you think you had a shot at this thing till that, that last caution or what?
I thought I was out of it. I was involved in 2 wrecks at the back after I pit it, and then I thought I was basically done. And I still don't really know how I'm sitting here in victory lane.
Yeah, man, it was we called you caught up in a couple of different wrecks. The one there was Stony, really a racing deal. We went into his onboard camera and he had no idea you were even ever there. We doubt Spotter ever told him as well. But made your way back up to the front. Those guys in the front wrecked themselves a little bit there with 3 left to go, and then you're sitting in the catbird seat on the outside. You got to know those Maze boys are talking to each other on the restart. What's your thoughts coming into the restart there?
Yeah, I knew they were going to be talking to each other and they were going to go together. And so I had a bad restart because of that, but I knew I had fresher tires, so I felt good about it. And I just went all out at the end, and I was able to pass Bobby there.
Yeah, awesome finish, man. Watching you get around him on the inside line was a great finish coming to the line. Anybody you want to thank tonight? I know Grandma's watching.
Yeah, I got to thank Grandma for watching. I got to thank Intensity Racing. Got to thank you guys up in the booth, and just everybody in the ILS League. I'm having a lot of fun.
Awesome. We also gave a shout out to the Logan and Cody show. You want to tell the audience who's on it this week?
The show just went live before the Arca race, so make sure you watch it. Grandma Hegerman is on there, so you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a good episode.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Logan, and we'll talk to you again next week, hopefully, as we see you go battle it out again. And you're definitely going to be holding down the points lead this week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Bobby Mays, you got Joe and Dave in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, what a race for you tonight. Found yourself battling up there late in the race with a chance at it. And, man, Logan just on fresher tires able to get around you. How'd you see it from your standpoint?
Yeah, I'd already told Todd on Discord that it was going to be hard to hold Logan off. But when I seen them racing right there one another, I thought, well, you never know, But, yeah, I knew he had better tires than I did. I didn't pit the whole race.
Yeah, we seen a couple of guys go with that strategy, Bob. It obviously worked out for you. Caught you a little bit on the restart there at the end, but like you said, you never really know going into those restarts. You had Todd there too to kind of help you out. I'm sure you guys were talking in the Discord to get the restart and try to trap Logan a little bit there. And we seen you even early in the race dodge a couple of wrecks. What'd you think? What's your thoughts on the Rock in general? I'm a big Rock fanboy. I like the racing here. I think you get multi-groove race, and it doesn't really matter low or high. You can kind of get around people.
Yeah, I kind of got better as the race went. I wasn't really a fan of it when we were practicing, but as the race went, I felt like I was getting a little bit better, but I even got in the wall there once down through there, just didn't get in the brakes hard enough. But, yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of cautions. You know how that is.
Yeah, cautions can really kill a great race. So, Bobby, top 3, awesome run. Anybody you want to thank?
I just want to thank my family again for putting up with me, and thank y'all for televising it. It's y'all do a good job out there, and good luck to everybody next week.
Yep. See you next week, Bobby. Good job.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Todd, you got Joe and Dave in the booth. You got us?
I got you.
Man, bringing that machine home third after a tough race all the way around. You caught up in an early one and find yourself coming home third. How'd you do it?
Well, I just kind of played it as it gave it to me, really. That first turn there, somebody just clobbered me. I had to use my fast repair right out of the gate. So I just kind of, let the race happen. And as it did, I kept moving up. So ended up finishing third with wore out tires. I never did change the tires. I was on the same set of tires, but I did use that fast repair to try to get back out quick as I could.
Yeah, Todd, we seen you caught up in the early one, and we really seen kind of a repeat of that same incident throughout the field, throughout the night, where people just not paying attention in front of them, checking up. Some people trail breaking, some people running it a little deeper than others. And it's interesting that you said that on the fast repair. It's very interesting sometimes when you take those fast repairs, and sometimes the first lap you wind up in the top three. So coming into that last restart, I was telling Bobby and even talking with Logan. I'm sure you guys were talking in Discord. What were your thoughts coming into the end there? Did you think you had a chance to potentially win it if you trapped Logan and get around Bobby?
Really, I thought the only way I was going to win it is if Bobby and Logan, got together or something, because Bobby had old tires, I had old tires. Logan was on fresher tires. I knew Bobby when he was going to go, which helped me on Logan for just a little bit, which Bobby probably thought he was going to get out there and get away from us. But then Logan, I couldn't hold it down there like I needed to, and he just pulled me on the outside and run him down.
Yeah, it was an awesome race all around. A top three, not a bad finish considering, like you said, that first lap incident. Terrible, terrible luck. But you know what? Coming away third's not bad at all. We'll see you again next week. You got anybody you want to thank, Todd?
I just want to thank you guys. Y'all do a great job at this. Thank iOS. Just let y'all know how much fun it is and how much I enjoy this.
Awesome. Congratulations. We'll see you again next week here on iOS Arca Pro Series.
Appreciate it, guys.
Well, D. Wright, I thought maybe The Rock would present some problems for this crew, and it certainly did. But it wasn't without some thrill and spill. I mean, Dave, Gill and Black, there's something going on there.
Yeah, we've seen some glimpses of some really good green flag racing, some different strategies, obviously on the pitch that would have definitely worked out for Isaiah this time, which interestingly enough kind of bites him again with some of the strategy. But yeah, maybe we can get them on the Logan and Cody show to talk about this. Two of the top drivers, not only in Arca Pro, but we see those guys win in the Truck Series and even in the Cup Series as well. So maybe have a little rivalry brewing here, and something we need to talk about.
For sure. Well, for Intensity Broadcasting and the iOS Arca Pro Series from The Rock, 60 laps didn't disappoint. I'm Joe Wright. Tonight I was joined by Dave Wright. Check us out on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Intensity Broad 1. Check out the Logan and Cody show as well. Listen to Grandma Hagerman answer some questions from her grandson. And for Intensity Broadcasting, as Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.